Hello, this is Arlissa with 8-Minute Maths, and in this video we're going to cover dividing polynomials. Alrighty, so let's refresh ourselves about the laws of exponent or the rules of exponents as it pertains to dividing. Well, the quotient rule says that when you divide two exponents with the same base, you subtract their exponents. So x to the 4 minus 1 equals x to the third power. That's the quotient rule when you're dividing exponents with the same base. The negative rule, the negative exponent rule, is wherever a negative exponent is, so 1 over x to the negative 2, this equals x squared. You change the location of the negative to the opposite part of the fraction and the exponent becomes positive. As well as here, x to the negative 2 equals 1 over x squared. Again, you take whatever the negative exponent is and then you move it to the opposite part of the fraction and you make it positive. The zero exponent basically says that anything raised to the 0 power equals 1. So as we reduce, we want to reduce things, and we always want to have our final answer with all positive exponents. So you want to move things around in the fraction to the place where everything is a positive exponent. So let's look at example 1. Example 1, 54a squared b cubed divided by negative 6ab to the 5th. So let's put this in fraction form. 54a squared b cubed over negative 6ab to the 5th. So let's first reduce our numbers. 54 and negative 6, they can both be reduced by negative 6. Reduced by 6. 54 divided by 6 is 9. Negative 6 divided by 6 is negative 1. We have a squared here and 1a. There's an invisible 1 up here. So there's just 1a and 2 a's up here. So this cancels. It becomes 1. And we take away the 1 we had in the denominator, and this just becomes 8. I put to the first power because it just helps students to know that that 2 just didn't go away to 0, but that there was a 1 left. And we have 3 b's in the numerator, 5 b's in the denominator. Since we have fewer here, this reduces to 1, and we take away 3 of these. So this is now b squared. There was 3 of them, 5 in the denominator. So what we're left with in the numerator is 9a. We had 9a to the first power. The b is reduced to 1. And we have negative, because this negative sign stays here, this is reduced, b squared. We've basically taken and reduced the exponents down, all the fraction down to its least common or its simplest form. Let's go with example 2. Example 2 is 14 x to the 7th y to the 12th over 21 x to the 11th y to the 6th. We could always take this and break it out into pieces. So let me do that. 14 over 21. This would be times x to the 7 over x to the 11. And this is times y to the 12th over y to the 6th. So I just took and broke it into pieces. The numbers together, the x's together, the y's together. And now we can reduce them. So for 14 and 21, the least common divisor is 7. So 14 divided by 7 is 2. 21 divided by 7 is 3. We have 7 x's, or x to the 7th here, and x to the 11th, which is like 11 x's. So there's more here in the denominator. This reduces completely to 1. And then there's 4 left, so we have x to the 4th left. 11 minus 7 leaves us 4 down here. And we have y to the 12th and y to the 6th. Well, there's more in the numerator. We can reduce the y to the 6th. Reduce this. 12 minus 6 is 6. What do we have left? We have in the numerator, we have 2. This reduces to 1. This is y to the 6th. And in the denominator here, we have 3. X to the 4th power. The y to the 6th was reduced to 1, and the x to the 7th was also reduced to 1. Now, as you are continuing along watching this video, if you know someone else who needs to see this video or would benefit from watching a video on dividing polynomials, maybe somebody in your class, please pass this on to them. Send them the link. Let them know that they can get some math help that's simple and explained easily on our YouTube channel. You can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, which we will talk more about where you can find us. But I am there. Okay? So, let's look at this one. 18x cubed y minus 36xy squared, and we're dividing by negative 3xy. So let's write this all together in fraction form. Minus 36xy squared divided by negative 3xy. So what's important for you to notice here is that each of these terms in the numerator are both divided by this same denominator. Each term in the numerator is divided by this denominator. So we take 18x cubed y over negative 3xy. Then we can subtract 36xy squared over, again, negative 3xy. Both of these terms are divisible by the negative 3xy. So let's reduce them, each of them individually. 18 and 3 has a least common divisor of 3. So we got 3 going into 18 is 6. 3 going into 3 is 1. We have x cubed here and x. This reduces to 1 and this becomes x squared. And we have 2 y's. Both of these y's reduce, they cancel each other out. And what do we have left here in this fraction? Well, we have 6x squared. The y is reduced. Is anything left in the denominator? The 3 was reduced, so was the x, and so was the y. So we do have this negative sign we need to be mindful of. So let's put that, taking this negative sign here into the front. That's always a safe bet to do that at the beginning, actually. And if you're looking at this next set, these 2 negative signs here, 2 negatives basically are being multiplied. So we're going to have a positive or a plus sign here. And let's reduce. 36 and 3 can both be reduced by 3. 3 goes into 36 12 times. 3 goes into 3 once. Both of the x's can be reduced because they're one over the other. And the y's, y goes into y once, y goes into y squared. Leaves a y there. So what's left here is 12 and a y. The denominator, the 3, the x, and the y, all are reduced down to 1. So our answer then is negative 6x squared plus 12y. If you have any questions along the way, please put them in the comments so that way I can answer them and offer you some suggestions. Now let's go with long division. How do we use long division to divide polynomials? Well, the reason you need long division is when you're dividing by a binomial or bigger, a binomial or larger, you need to do long division or synthetic division. In this video, we're only going to cover long division, but we're taking x squared plus 9x plus 20 and we're dividing by x plus 5. The examples we did before this, we were only dividing by one term. Now we're dividing by two terms. So let's rewrite this. X squared plus 9x plus 20. And we are dividing by x plus 5. Okay, so let's watch closely as we walk through the steps. We start with the first term of the binomial, and we divide it into the first term of this trinomial. So x goes into x squared, x times x would give us x squared. So we're actually going to write this here. X times x is x squared. And now x times 5 is positive 5x. This is just like you would do if you were doing long division with numbers, but we're doing binomials and trinomials. So x squared minus x squared is going to give us 0. 9x minus 5x gives us 4x. We can now bring down this plus 20, just like we would in regular long division. So now let's go back over here. X goes into 4x. So what times x gives us 4x? And that is a positive 4. 4 times x gives us 4x. And 4 times 5 gives us 20. Again, we're subtracting these just like we would with long division. 4x minus 4x, 0. 20 minus 20, also 0. So our solution or our answer is just what we have in the quotient, which is x plus 4. That is our solution. The solution of x squared plus 9x plus 20 divided by x plus 5 is x plus 4. And the way you can check it, let's do this. Let's do a check, is to multiply our solution with the x plus 5, or with the divisor. The way to check it, if we would multiply our solution back times the divisor, we can see whether it's accurate or not. So let's use FOIL. We've got the first, x times x is x squared. We've got outer, x times 5 is 5x. We've got the inner, plus 4 times x, and the last, 4 times 5 is 20. When we combine our like terms, the 5x and the 4x, then we have x squared plus 9x plus 20. This is the same thing as our original dividend. So that was a good solution. The x plus 4 is a good solution. We checked it and it worked out really good. Okay. Let's do another example. Let's see what we have here. We have x to the 4th minus x squared plus 5x minus 6, and this is divided by x plus 2. So again, let's put this into divisor format. Before we go too far, I want to mention that notice here you have x to the 4th and x squared. There is something missing in the middle. Well, just because it's not there doesn't mean it's not there, just means it has a coefficient of 0. So let's go with x to the 4th plus 0x cubed minus x squared plus 5x minus 6. We needed to add in the x cubed in order to save every term. 4, 3, 2, 1, invisible 1, and then just a constant. And this is being divided by x plus 2. So let's go one by one. How many times does x go into x to the 4th? Well, it goes in x cubed times. X cubed times x is x to the 4th. X cubed times 2 is plus 2x cubed. Remember, we're subtracting just like we would do in long division. X to the 4th minus x to the 4th, 0. 0 minus 2x cubed is negative 2x cubed. And then we're going to bring down this negative x squared. Now, x going into negative 2x cubed. Well, what times x will give us negative 2x cubed? Well, negative 2x squared will give us. This is just like having negative 2x cubed divided by x. Negative 2x cubed divided by x. Well, this reduces to x squared. This goes away, and you're left with negative 2x squared, which is what I put up here. Okay? So now let's multiply back. Negative 2x squared times x is negative 2x cubed. Negative 2x squared plus 2, or times positive 2, sorry, is negative 4x squared. Let's do our subtracting. Well, negative 2x cubed minus a negative, that changes this to positive, so two opposite terms gives us 0. Negative x squared minus a negative, which is plus 4x squared. So negative 1x squared plus 4x squared is a positive 3x squared, bringing down our 5x. Okay, x goes into 3x squared, a positive 3x times. Okay, what we're doing is 3x squared divided by x. That leaves us with a positive 3x because this reduces and this becomes x to the first power. So now 3x times x, 3x squared, 3x times 2 is plus 6x. We are subtracting both of these. 3x squared minus 3x squared, 0. 5x minus 6x is negative 1x. I'm putting that 1 there just so we know it didn't disappear. And then we're bringing down our negative 6. Just like long division. You know, many of us are not missing those long division days, but that's what we're doing here. X goes into negative x, negative 1 time. Negative 1 times x is negative x, or negative 1x. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Again, we're subtracting. So negative 1 plus a 1 gives us a 0. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Looks like we have a remainder. And the way we write our remainder is we take what's remaining here. I'm going to write remainder here next to it. Remainder. We write this remainder over the original divisor. Okay, so we have negative 4 over x plus 2 because we were dividing by x plus 2 and we weren't able to divide that in. So that is how we would write the solution to this equation here. X to the 4th minus x cubed plus 5x minus 6 divided by x plus 2 is x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 1 minus 4x over x plus 2. The way to check it would be to take all of this, multiply it back times the divisor, and then you should end up with this dividend here. That is our solution. Okay, in this video we have covered dividing polynomials. We've done some examples where we've divided monomials, where we've divided binomials. Okay, in our next video, I think we're going to switch over to I think we're still going to do some more with polynomials because I don't believe we're done with polynomials yet. So we'll continue to work in polynomials, continuing with complex polynomials. Okay, look for us on YouTube at bit.ly/8MinuteMaths YouTube. Okay, you can find us there. You can also find us on Facebook at 8-Minute Maths Help. This group is set for to help those who are back in college, have returned to college with their math-based issues and those things surrounding that, and a group of just supportive people who can help you and support you while you do your math class. We're also on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/Arlissa Pinkleton. Last but not least, you can find us on our website. Probably should have mentioned that one first, but we're here now. 8minutemaths.com. We have some courses there that will help you sharpen your math skills. Actually, now starting to put together practice quizzes and sample quizzes to see, are you ready for your math class or certain topics in your math class. So keep an eye out for those. When those come out, I definitely will share them with you. Keep in mind that those are coming, and then if you have any topics that you want to do a sample quiz on, let me know. I'll make sure we have one for you. All right, I'll see you in the next video. If this video has been helpful to you, then subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos are posted. Also, visit us at 8minutemaths.com, where you can see our content and resources and courses, things that are available to you there. Lastly, follow us on Facebook at 8minutemathshelp.com. We look forward to seeing you there.